These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I've ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Big Ben on Monday night usually is a winner, especially at home in the Steel City. Big Ben on Monday night was a winner last night at home in the Steel City, although it was interesting. And maybe the winner was the team that lost as well. What is up, and good Tuesday to you. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck in your ear. Glad you're with us on a beautiful Tuesday morning. How you living?
What it do?
You good?
Game day.
Game day for you. Lobo women's basketball against Lamar in the pit. JJ will have the call tonight here on the Sports Animal as the voice of the Lobo women's basketball team going into his second year. Big day for you. Ready?
Excited.
Yeah.
It'll be a very interesting contest. Lamar comes into town tonight, and the roller coaster ride starts for UNM. High expectations, but when you have 4 all-conference level players mixing in with 8 players that do not have Division I experience, it's going to get interesting.
What do you expect tonight?
I think it's going to be a tight game.
Do you?
I do think Lamar's going to push them a little bit. They're a team that they have a second-year head coach who was an assistant at Kansas for a couple years, brought over an all-conference player with there. So I think it's going to be a tight one for the Lobos tonight.
All right. Tickets still available if you want to go out and see Lobo women in the pit tomorrow night. Lobo men get started. FAU will be in town. Aggies go tonight. Their first game in the Pan Am Center. They got a tough one. The team picked as the preseason champion in the Big West, UC Irvine, the Anteaters, will be in town. And so the Aggies got a really, really challenging opener as they get set. And Chris Jans and his team, another new-look team that you will get familiar with as you go through this season. But the Aggies are set to go and down in Las Cruces tonight. Last night in the Steel City, Pittsburgh 29, Chicago 27. A late Chris Boswell field goal was better than a short Cairo Santos 65-yard attempt. Can't blame it on him. Officiating was gruesome. Justin Fields was good, and the Steelers jumped out to win. So I can't help as I watch this thing, watch the development of Justin Fields and start to lean over to all of you who really, really believe in Justin Fields. But I equated a little bit to Jordan Love, and I saw a message that was put up, and I understand. Please, I understand Jordan Love is a second-year guy and Justin Fields is a first-year guy. But there's a difference between playing and being in the meeting room and not playing. And Jess said Justin Fields playing better than Jordan Love, first-year player versus second-year player, sigh. And I'm like, well, one guy has started, 5 games now, 6 games? And if I recall, Justin Fields didn't look all that great in his first start, did he?
No, it wasn't great.
And nobody was ready to say, oh, gosh, we got to move on. Now, I get it. You're moving on from Aaron Rodgers as opposed to Andy Dalton. But, I mean, can you at least give the guy a second and a third start? Your point on the accuracy is all real for those of you who are just killing Jordan Love, and I understand that. He needs to become more accurate. Justin Fields played at Ohio State, a much higher level, faster competition, better competition, so theoretically the adjustment would be, easier is not the right word, but more fluid than a guy who played at Utah State and against Mountain West competition. It's just, I mean, that's I think we all agree with that. And then a guy who started 5-6 games as opposed to a guy who started 1. And so I'm watching last night, I'm thinking, I don't know if Jordan Love can be that or cannot be that. But I don't think all of you who are screaming that he's garbage or he can't do it know that either. And that was all I was saying yesterday. With so many people just willing to make the long-term decision based on that first start.
It's understandable because when you look at Jordan Love, I talk about just practice and reps. Well, when you talk about these rookie quarterbacks, everyone says give him time. Well, this dude has had time.
Love?
Yes.
He's had practice and reps, but he hasn't played in
For a
games.
year and a half.
Can we agree that those are
But-
different?
Yes, but that's what everyone talks about with rookie quarterbacks. That's why you're starting Andy Dalton. That's why you're starting Jimmy Garoppolo
Yeah.
over a Trey Lance. So I
But
get
do you ever expect
I
that
get
guy
the
to be good
frustration.
first time, even if
Not
it's in-
that bad against the Chiefs
he was
defense.
bad. He was bad.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So I can understand the level of frustration for Packer fans with the first round pick. That he hasn't played yet,
Yeah.
but he's been there and he's been working for over a year in that system on his craft, and he looked like a guy that was making his first start as a rookie in his rookie season, as opposed to a dude that's been around for a little while. So I understand that frustration where it comes from, but I'm also with you in the fact that you cannot say Jordan Love doesn't have a future in the NFL off one game.
Yeah. I get it. But I don't.
Well, and especially the fact that, Aaron Rodgers wasn't there for so long, so it was Jordan Love.
It was. No, yes, reps in
In the
practice
offseason
are
doing
great.
everything.
Yeah, reps in practice are great, and being in the it's great. But we always hear how much faster the game is, and I believe that. I've never played at that level. I never will. But is it fair to expect that much more? And it is fair to expect more than what we saw. I grant that 100%. But I expect him to go out and play well too. But it wasn't fair. It was his first start. It was his first time seeing that speed ever. You can go in practice. You can go in a preseason game. It's not the same. And especially you played 2 years ago, so you didn't play all last year. So your point's really interesting because that was the mantra. Well, I mean, sit him. Let him sit and let him acclimate. Well, what's he acclimating to? I'm starting to come around to the other side, the Trey Lance thing. I mean, this is what you're going to get when you put a rookie quarterback in. What's he acclimating to when he's sitting there holding a clipboard watching the speed? Is that helping him? Now, he did get all the first-team reps, and so he should have known there should have been more of a command of the offense. And I'm 100% concerned about the accuracy. Jordan Love's got to be more accurate. He missed a lot of open receivers. I can't make a full career judgment on one game.
And Jordan Love, you know what? He could have been nervous. He could have been frizzled around the edges.
He could have been pissed at his mom and his girlfriend were sitting in the top level seat of the stadium for crying out loud. Then again, he could have bought them better tickets. He could have gone on StubHub. That's all. I mean, right? But all of that. And then I watched Justin Fields last night, and I'm watching him get better as he plays. Now, can Jordan Love be that? I don't know. I think he might, maybe. But I just don't know after one game. So, anyway, how about the progression of Justin Fields? They lose last night. He throws for 291 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a nice drive. When he got the ball in his hands late in the game, maybe they scored a little early. I don't know. Well, obviously they did. But if I'm a Bears fan, I'm starting to feel like, okay, I kind of think we got our guy.
100%. And I've been on Justin Fields since day one because he's a guy that checks all the boxes. Athleticism. He can make the throws. Like, Justin Fields is that dude. The Bears just aren't that team. And they're going to grow together. I think it's going to be Justin Fields growing with a new coach and general manager.
Yep.
When you look at what they have and just the undisciplined penalties last night, outside of the pass interference calls, but jumping off sides, the mess that's going on with Marsh now. And it's just interesting when you watch this over and over. Marsh called out the referee last night. That referee hip checked him.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Which is crazy to think about now when you're watching this. And he got that penalty on a big third down sack. So those things are outside of the offsides we saw, not being able to line up early in the game.
You know, I look at that team, and there's talent. Montgomery was back, and he's good. Allen Robinson and Mooney are good. He's got a decent tight end in Kmet. The defense has Khalil Mack. Like, I look around at that team, and I'm like, wait a minute. They're not a garbage team. That was a team that was in the playoffs last year before it was 7 teams, and they're 3-6. Now, everything points to Matt Nagy, and I understand that, and I think you're right. He's going to be gone. But that cupboard's not bare. Like, he didn't go into a horrible situation, Justin Fields. And we're this isn't Trevor Lawrence's situation here.
I think when Jason Peters is your starting left tackle, you could use some help.
Okay, I'm not telling you it's perfect. But do you agree that there's some really good pieces there?
Yeah, the Bears, if they make moves that everyone expects them to make, are starting in a better position than some of other franchises.
That's all I'm saying. He's in a better position than Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
All right. That's kind of where I'm at. All right. We'll get through the NFL stuff. Number's 505-246-0610 to get here. 505-246-0610. Email Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. A-Marie's producing. She'll take your calls. And Adrian's producing on the TV side. You can watch us on the Facebook, The OD in the AM. And, of course, you can tweet at JJ. It's _JJ Buck. Doug Martin's due to be with us at 8:30 this morning. Aggies are going to Tuscaloosa. They're playing Alabama this weekend. It's Alabama week. So we'll talk with Doug Martin coming off the loss to Utah State on Saturday past. Got a great service about a month and a half ago. On-the-spot automotive detailing came out to the office and detailed my car. Detailed it. Not washed it, not waxed it. Well, they did all that. But detailed it. Washed, waxed, under the hood, inside, outside. They found stuff that I didn't even know existed in my car. When they were done with that detailing, it was literally, the car looked like the day it came off the lot. You could have put it on a lot, sold it. It would have been just like that. They came to me to do it. I don't know where they are. It doesn't matter where they are. They know where I am, and that's really what mattered. So I was busy, like you are. I was in the office, probably like you are. They were in the parking lot detailing my car. It was insane how nice it was. They also now offer paint corrections for anything from scratches to asphalt removal to get your car looking like new again. Ceramic coating is the best way to protect any paint for years to come. They apply that ceramic coating by hand. That makes it last longer. It gets a more even coating than anyone else can offer. Book an appointment by calling them at 505-859-2859. That's area code 505-859-2859. Or go online. On the Spot Automotive Detailing is www.otsdetailing.com.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez.
I know BJ's a free agent soon, maybe. If he clears waivers, we'll find out today, right? If Odell Beckham Jr. was picked up by anybody, and then the bidding can begin or the recruitment process can begin. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Meanwhile, Steelers win last night. We've talked all about the Bears and the Bears and the Bears and Jordan Love. Steelers were winners last night. Ben Roethlisberger threw for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. He doesn't look great doing it, but by the way, they're 5-3. They won again, and I mean, that's a tough as nails team with, I think, a really good coach. And look, they beat the Bills. They beat. There's weeks they look horrible, and they're done, and you just got to put Ben in bronze and just get him away. And I'm not telling you he's looking great, but they win football games.
They do. They're just like everyone else in the AFC. There is no one in the AFC that I trust. I would still, after a bad week, like the NFC teams over any of these AFC teams. I think maybe Baltimore is the one that I'm leaning to. Because I've seen them run the football more than Tennessee, more than Buffalo.
Okay.
Because you let Tennessee, what we saw last weekend is you have to win ugly games. Mm-hmm. You have to capitalize in moments like Arizona did. All right, Colt McCoy. We're playing a San Francisco team that's struggling. They go out there, they steal a victory. So good teams get through that. But I think when you look at Tennessee, they had like 190 yards total offense. So I think some people looked at the score, and yes, it was a win, but it wasn't
really well defensively.
Yeah, but it wasn't one where you're like, oh, this Tennessee offense is fine without Derrick Henry. No, they didn't do anything. They didn't have to at that moment in time. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But the AFC, yeah, I wouldn't trust the Steelers as much as I trust the Raiders or the Chargers or anyone else right now.
I would trust the Raiders and the Chargers more than the Steelers.
I would trust the Steelers more because they play defense. I don't trust the Raiders at all anymore.
So right now you got 3 wild card teams? 3. Your 3 wild card teams would be a combination of because they're different. You got teams at 5-3 and 5-4. So I'm going to take your 5-3 and 5-4 teams, put them in this right now. You're going to get 3 of New England, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos. I mean, it's almost everybody, right? It's almost everybody right now.
So 11 teams right now with a 5-3 or 5-4 record.
Yeah.
Outside of the 6 and 7 win Titans and Ravens, and as we sit here today, it would be Raiders at 5, Steelers at 6, Patriots at 7.
Yep. And I expect New England to get better. I'm watching and I know that's really kind of the in vogue thing right now, but I'm watching what they're doing. They got an interesting one with the Browns. I mean, they got a really interesting schedule coming up. New England does. They play the Browns. They go to Atlanta, and then they get the Titans, the Bills, the Colts, the Bills. That's going to tell you everything you want to know over the next 5-6 weeks about the New England Patriots. And it's going to get cold. And let's see how they play in the cold, how Mac Jones does in that. Where's he from? I know we played at Alabama. Where's Mac Jones from? Is he a Southern boy?
Don't know.
Because, I think a lot of that's going to be, how does that young man play in the cold? Because there's going to be something to it. There's going to be a lot to it. But that's where you are. You got a smattering of mediocrity in the AFC right now, and everybody's alive. The Broncos are alive. Broncos are in that mix, that 5-4 mix. I know you don't feel all that great about it, but was last week just an absolute aberration?
I believe it is.
So next week they go out and they look like crud again, you think, and they got to go and play the Eagles at home. And you think
that's a winnable game.
100%
Nothing
it is.
Like against Philadelphia, that is a winnable game. But for the Broncos, I don't trust them to be as consistent overall with that philosophy. The defense showed out. There's a lot of young guys on defense that are going to come back down to earth too and see a little bit of a roller coaster on that side.
So if you looked at their schedule coming up, Eagles are winnable. Chargers are not invincible, and that's at home. At Kansas City, have we watched Kansas City every week? They're not. Then the Lions and the Bengals and the Raiders. And those are teams that are, dare I say, a lot like them.
Mac Jones is from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, how's he going to play in the cold? This is going to be really interesting indoctrination, don't you think? By the way, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to excel.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. This could be an interesting last few weeks, second half of the season. Because
Week 10.
Because after what I saw this last Sunday, anything. The Broncos can be good. The Rams can stink. Chiefs are just muddling along. Do we expect the Chiefs at some point to figure it out and put it together? Be the best team in the AFC?
I don't anymore.
Because their defense is so bad? See, this isn't all about their defense.
Because
they scored
Patrick
13
Mahomes
points.
Does not look like the quarterback that I'm like, how are you going to beat this dude for the next
That's
10
right.
years?
100% right. Yes. And so somebody comes in and scores against him, and you want to get in a scoring contest with them. He's not that same guy. At least he's not today. Maybe he is tomorrow. See, I expect him to come back and be that guy, and I keep doing it every week. And it'll be the week that you play against him in fantasy football is going to be the week it happens. I promise. Every one of you saying that. Well, wait till I play him in fantasy football. That'll be the week he comes back. All right. Where's the right spot for Odell Beckham Jr.? I don't think it's Raiders. I just
Saints
are interesting. No Michael Thomas. Saints are interesting.
no Michael Thomas.
Saints are interesting.
Yeah, that's what came to mind.
Here's why I don't think it's the Raiders. I just think there's so much that they've gone through. So much off the field stuff. They need a guy over the top. Didn't they sign a receiver yesterday?
They signed Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
And if you're signing OBJ just to take things over the top, it's not going to work out well. He has to be a part of everything you do offensively. And that is why I don't think the Saints jump to the top of the list. Because if I'm OBJ, I'm like, I just had this issue and couldn't figure it out with Baker Mayfield, and now you want me to go catch passes from Trevor Siemian? Okay. So first thing I think about is the Seahawks and Russell Wilson, because he's been wanting his Antonio Brown for a while. Or Kansas City, but I think a team, and I'll say it again, the New England Patriots.
That's where I was going first, because I don't know that I think Seattle works that well. Yeah. They've got two established, really good receivers. Is he ready to go into be the mix? Like he's made it very clear he wants to be the guy. And I don't know if he can be, but he goes in there and he's the number 3 guy. You decide who's 1 and 2 with Metcalf and Lockett. They're terrific. And I agree with you, a veteran quarterback like Russ gets him the ball and spreads it around. Is that the spot? And they're the 3rd best team in their division. I agree with you on New England. I agree with you there because he goes in and I think he has an opportunity to be the feature there. He goes into an established place where, look, we're not putting up with your crap. This is how it is here. This is how it's worked here. We've got an offensive coordinator who is strong. We've got a head coach who is strong. The culture, the offense, the situation, the roster for me.
They'll put up with it until he's not performing.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Anywhere else.
But I mean, I agree with you on New England. To me, that's at the top of my list too. You don't like New England?
No, I like New England. I can agree with that.
Okay.
The only reason I thought the Saints is because Michael Thomas. That's
Yeah.
the only thing. I was like, who needs like a receiver?
They do.
And but JJ, you made a really good point too. He needs to be the star. It reminds me a lot of Stephon Diggs' situation going to Buffalo, by the way.
And he's not getting the ball now.
Right.
I'm looking at contenders, and that's why it makes me think the AFC, right? Because we just had this conversation about everybody kind of being the same. And where would it work? Denver's got plenty. I feel like Kansas City's got a lot.
It's either a quarterback or a coach with a strong personality. That's
Right.
why I think the Patriots would work is because they do that.
Yep.
Everyone says culture, but they bring in a lot of those guys, put up with it if it works, and then move on after the fact.
And if it doesn't, they cut it. Yeah, they cut it out.
And they would have bid in the spot for Antonio Brown had he not just continued to be full
Antonio
off the
Brown?
field.
Yeah, Antonio Brown.
And so that's why I look strong quarterback and then the coach.
All right, I'm down. 505-246-0610. Going to take a break. When we come back, Level Women's Soccer is going to play BYU on the road. Kind of brings back a certain game and a highlight, but they were fired up about that. Talk a little bit about that. Women play Lamar tonight in basketball. Level men against FAU. Get you ready for some college basketball. The Champions Classic is tonight as well. It's the opening drive. Jeff Sabieta, J.J. Buck, A. Marie, and Adrienne on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You don't have to wait.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment.
95.9 FM and AM 610.
The sports animal.
Oh, and Steph Curry dropped 50 last night.
Curry.
With 10 assists. 50 points, 10 assists. Warriors are 9-1. The Warriors were that team I told you preseason. That was the one that I'm like, oh, look out. Like, everybody, it's Lakers and it's Nuggets and it's...
It ain't the Lakers, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, who knows, man? It's so weird. Like, I'm not going to tell you I was right because on November 6th that they're 9-1.
You should.
Because
they are legit. It's a revenge of Steph Curry. He was really good last season.
Yeah, he was.
But he looks in form. Like, he looks like the dude night in and night out does win an NBA MVPs.
He is my favorite player to watch since Magic Johnson. Mike was great. Kobe was great. And I know that's a big statement, right? And maybe I'm out over my skis because I loved watching Kobe and Mike. LeBron is unbelievable. I've told you because I little guy taking over a game like that. And Kobe wasn't big. Mike wasn't big. He just excites a game so much. Maybe it's recency bias because I'll tell you that's probably maybe not. Maybe it's a little bit much of a statement. I loved watching Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as well. I will watch a game just to watch him play. He's to me there's
one of the best shooters ever.
Well,
you can arguably call him the best shooter ever.
The best I've ever seen.
Changing the game, and it's also appearance. Like Steph Curry is not small, but at times he looks small.
No, 6'2". He's small on a basketball floor.
It's solid guard size, point guard, even in that league, and he can still get wherever he wants on the court. You can't guard him, because if you're up in his face, he's still going to pull up and drain one 8 feet from behind the three-point line over you, as he did constantly to Atlanta Hawks. And Kevin Huerter, just nightmares trying to play defense against him last night.
10th 50-point game in Curry's career. He becomes third Warriors player in franchise history to put up a line of 50 points and 10 assists. Could you guess? Do you already know who it is? Who would be the other two players in Warriors franchise history to go 50 and 10 in a game? One's relatively easy. The other one's kind of tricky because you forget that he played for the Warriors because his career is so associated with somebody else.
Can you repeat the question, please?
50 points, 10 assists. Steph becomes the third player in Warriors franchise history to put up a line of 50 points and 10 assists. Who were the other two?
Is it Wilt?
Wilt was one of them. That was the tricky one, right? Wilt was because you don't associate Wilt with the Warriors.
That was the good key.
The other one was I thought would be easier, and was actually in Albuquerque relatively recently.
Really?
All in autographs. Go by and see.
Barry?
Rick Barry. Rick Barry. Yes. Go by over to Shane's place.
Those are good clues.
Huh?
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking at.
I'm just here to help. But it's pretty impressive. He's insane. And they were winners last night.
I forgot about all these people that were on the Warriors.
127-113. They beat the Atlanta Hawks. All right, tonight you get Louisville women's basketball in the pit against Lamar. Men go tomorrow against FAU. We haven't talked a lot about the Aggies, and I'll reach out to Chris this week and see what we can do to get Chance in here. I think of all the games over the next two nights, the Aggies and UCI tonight is interesting to me.
Yes, I think when it's an opener against a Division I team, it always has to raise an eyebrow. Okay, let's keep an eye on this, see what happens.
Well, a team that was picked to win their league.
Yes,
in UC Irvine, and look,
like a very good
basketball team
in that regard.
Yeah, so we'll get to watch them tonight. You get Lobo women in Lamar, and then Lobo men tomorrow against FAU, and then they go to Boulder to play a Colorado team that played Nebraska the other night. So the story the other day in the Journal on ticket sales, and I a lot of people I've seen. Oh, see, they're not coming back, and people aren't going to the games, and they need to do this. Can we put things in perspective this year? Isotopes were down, United's attendance was down, Balloon Fiesta was down. People are a little. There's still 20%, according to most polls, of people in this town, in this area, who are still hesitant to go to events.
Yeah, we're in a pandemic.
We are still in it. I think everything is judged, and I tell you this all the time. I understand the most obvious metric of events is attendance, and it's important, and I understand it. But can we still just kind of put things in perspective and not lose our mind because attendance might be below projections or might be below 2019? I don't know why anybody would expect things would just jump back up to pre-pandemic levels first time back.
Especially when everything changes all the time. Mask, no mask. I mean, everything's constantly changing.
Look, people don't want to be in crowds. So I mean, whether it's outside, inside, whatever.
Yep.
And I get it. I was at the Sun Bowl this weekend, and there was no pandemic there. I understand that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that place was they had 32,000 people, and the parking lots were full. Okay, good for them.
It is a weird feeling
to be back in a crowd.
To be in a crowd like that.
Like when you're in Texas.
100%.
Oh yeah.
An event with 140,000 people. Whoa.
Yeah, you were just at the race. It's your comfort level. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody what's right, but I guess my point on this is, and I have no problem with the Journal writing the story and doing the story. That's facts and that's fine. But I think my problem a little bit has been with some of the reaction of see, I told you so, and they need to do this, and I just can we tap the brakes a little bit on bashing people for attendance, and whether it's United, Isotopes. I'm sure I'm going to get hit for whatever New Mexico Bowl's attendance is. Just people, see, I told you it's this is an easing back process. And I tell you this all the time. You can't break records every year. You're not going up 8% every year, right? You're just not. But I look at what's going on over there, and I feel like they're doing the right thing at UNM. And I feel like they're doing it the right way. I feel like Eddie and that staff have got things going. You can tell me about their marketing, and we can have conversations about that. I just don't know what you expected. And if you look at what the trend is in this state, and that's all you can compare it to. It's not fair to compare it to what's going on at Alabama or Michigan or UCLA. It's just not. I just tap the brakes a little bit on the criticism on the numbers. And let's gradually get back there as people start to feel more comfortable. I was at the game the other night. People are wearing masks. There's plenty of people who just said, I'm not going to a game and wearing masks. Okay, then you're not going. This is this is the Aaron Rodgers thing. You don't get to decide which rules you're going to abide by. If you're not going to wear a mask, then you don't get to go, which is people's choice. Okay? But I think that's still part of the equation. And I just hope people ease up. And I saw you had a point.
Well, it's what happens with everything. It's not going into the body of a story or thinking past the headline. It's just reacting to a tweet and, oh, this is a comment from the lead of the story. And I credit to Jeff Grammer, the story he wrote. He went back and said, oh, by the way, in context, these numbers would still put UNM like top 3 in attendance in the Mountain West, potentially top 40, top 50 in Division I basketball. But people don't think along those lines. They think to what you just laid out. Oh, it's down. It must be bad. Well, think how many people were still here for the Balloon Fiesta. Think how many people were still at that event every single day. And the numbers are still bigger than any other event that this state saw. It's not like they lost money at the Balloon Fiesta. It just wasn't record-breaking attendance.
And I'm not by any means bashing Jeff.
No, but it's like he even had to put out another tweet because of everything you said, the reaction to that.
What did he have? I didn't see that.
He put out after he tweeted his story. He came back and said, "Oh, by the way, guys, with these numbers being down, this is still would put UNM, top 3 in the Mountain West, top 50 nationally."
Look, it's hard running live events. There's been some shows that have sold out, and there's been other shows you've gone out to the Isleta Pavilion, and it's not been sold out. You go to wherever it is you go, events are slower. Watch an NFL game. There's a lot of open seats, man. There's a lot of open seats. Basketball's going to be interesting around the country. Yep. I think you get a great crowd at the Champions tonight because you got Duke, Michigan State, and Kansas and Kentucky, right? You always get a great crowd for that. But I just let's ease back into this thing and understand. Money's tight. There's people who are still very trepidatious, studying for the SAT, about going back into crowds. The mask mandates. I mean, this state will be different than others, right? Because I believe we're one of 6 or 7 states that have an indoor mask mandate. And so you'll watch a game tonight from wherever, a basketball game. Why aren't they wearing masks? And you'll watch a game from New Mexico and the crowd will be wearing masks. And that's going, it's going to keep people away. I'm not passing judgment on whether or not that is the right mandate or not. It's not, look, I don't get to pick. I went to the game the other night, wore a mask. I'm not even sure what it's going to be like in Colorado when I go up there on Saturday. I don't even know. But that's all. I just saw that. I saw the reaction. And I love your all thoughts on it as we go through this, because you're right. If you read the headline, you get a certain feel, and then read through the story and understand it. And I just hope there's some patience. Whatever you do is your business. It took a process to grow back, I'm going to guess. And I'm going to imagine you're still in that process, right? Whatever it is you sell, certainly if you're in the restaurant business, it's a process getting back, isn't it? Pick it. That's going to be a process too, is getting people back at live events in this state. And this state will come back slower than other states because there's more restrictions. Again, no blame, just explanations. If you think I'm wrong, I'm listening. And if the product's good, JJ, maybe people come back quicker, right? Are Lobo fans going to be more apt? All right, I'll wear a mask because that team looks really exciting. I want to go see the Pit. San Diego State's coming into town, and it's a big game, and the Lobos are playing well, and all right, I'm going to put on my mask. Or maybe the mask mandates will be gone by then. But all those things factor. So I just saw so much of the vitriol on the social media, and you saw it too, right?
Yes.
I just want to put a little bit into perspective. Just give them a break on this thing. Let this come back. We don't have to go back into pre-pandemic vitriol right away. Hopefully, we're not going to get there. But, and I understand, look, and then you're going to tell me about football, and look, football's got its own issues. I think part of it is the pandemic. Part of it's the fact that they're 3-6 and just lost, or 3-7? 3-6, and just lost to UNLV. All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. You can text us there as well. Doug Martin due to be with us coming up at 8:30 this morning. More NFL stuff for you when we get back. Life happens, guys. quickly. Sometimes there are things that happen along the way, natural things that you need to get a little help to deal with. NuMale helps you deal with those things. Gentlemen, as you age, things like fatigue and weight gain, even erectile dysfunction, are some of those natural things. There's a really good chance you're going to be affected. That's where NuMale comes in. They help you deal with things like that, take care of them. You'll feel better, but you got to make the first call. You've got to make the appointment. The number's 505-652-1688. Area code 505-652-1688, or you can visit them online, NuMale.com. That's NUMALE.com. All the time you make excuses, and you hear them, I don't have time, it's not convenient, I don't know where to go, I don't know who to call. Don't make excuses. Just make the call. Do this for you. Here's the deal. NuMale's right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable. It's convenient. They're with you every step of the way, but the best and the most important part of the whole deal is the results. The results are real. It works, and men all over the country are benefiting from this. Do it for you guys. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688, or visit NuMale.com and feel better.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sound of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Steelers winners last night, 29-27 over the Chicago Football Bears. What do you think of the call? Cassius Marsh is losing his mind. Look, Tony Corrente hip checked him. That was the most bizarre play by an official. Like, there's bad calls. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, and Adrian. There's bad calls. We see bad calls every game. There's bad calls in key situations. There's bad calls, pass interference. You see roughing calls that we all sit there and lose our mind about. That was it. Now, it ended up, it didn't cost them the game. The Bears got the ball back and scored a touchdown. Okay, so I want to clear that from the vernacular right now. It could have cost them the game. It didn't. Well, maybe it did because it allowed the Steelers to kick a field goal. But what was Tony Corrente doing?
I've never seen anything like that.
Do we agree that
Yes.
that official baited him, stepped back in, like hip checked back into him, caused the contact, and threw a flag for taunting for a guy who just kind of was staring at the other bench and doing what you're
That guy was lost.
All right, so to your point, can you stare by the letter of the law?
Dude.
Was that taunting?
Like, so he made the sack.
Yeah.
Does his karate kick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. They all
Celebrate.
Do it.
And then him turning and maybe looking at the Steelers bench too long is when the ref was like, hold up.
Come on.
That's unsportsmanlike. And I'm going to hip check you. Oh, contact.
And by the way, this is the most critical point in a football game. You're going to get the ball back with a chance to win, and I'm going to call you for 15 yards and let them keep the ball, which really could have swayed the game. Now, the NFL got lucky in a respect where the Bears got the ball back, scored, and so it didn't directly affect the outcome of the game. But with all...
They have to address this situation.
They do. I'm sick of it.
Okay, so yes.
This specific one where
yes.
To me, that looked 100% to what Marsh was saying. Because I was listening to him after the game, and I'm like, oh, that's a salty dude.
What did he say after the guy?
He was upset that they called a taunting penalty, and then he's like, when I looked back at the video, the referee clearly stepped into me. And he put that out there. I was like, oh, okay, let's see what this looks like. And then you see the replay of it. There's a ref out there hip checking the dude.
We all saw that, right?
And and then the ref does that, and then he throws a flag, taunting.
Was he grabbing his flag beforehand? Like, his hand was
He was, like, waiting.
Yeah.
And then he was like, boop, nudge, contact.
Oh, you hit me.
And it comes out there, and it's like, what are we doing, man? Like, what is your deal?
All right, so here's Tony Corrente. This is the referee. A veteran NFL white hat referee. White hat means he's the guy in charge. He's the guy you see on TV. He's the guy everybody goes to with their calls. Quote, this is in his report that they file after the game. Quote, first of all, keep in mind that taunting is a point of emphasis this year. And with that said, I saw the player, after he made a big play, run toward the bench area of the Pittsburgh Steelers and posture in such a way that I felt he was taunting them. I didn't judge the contact as anything that I dealt with. That had nothing to do with it. It was the taunting aspect, end quote.
Posture. We're talking about posture.
We're talking
Not a
about
taunt.
How much bleep do you think was talked from that Steelers sideline all night at that guy? And then he makes a play and he looks at him and says, and what? What do you say now?
Posture.
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 That's what we're talking about. The hip check, the contact, he claims had nothing to do with it. I want to continue this conversation. I want your thoughts. 505-246-0610. Doug Martin due to be with us coming up at the bottom of the hour. I'm sorry, at 8:30 this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner-operator of Global Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
Well, if only the story was the score. That'd be great. We'd be talking football. 29-27 was the score. I'm not telling you it's not part of the story. Steelers win, come from behind, get a late Chris Boswell field goal. Ben looks, give me the word. Ben looks okay. He looks serviceable.
Serviceable.
All right. Ben looks serviceable. He's 5-3. All of you have put him out to stud or pastor, whichever you prefer. Serviceable pasture. They're 5-3. Like, but that isn't the story. The story is officiating. AFC Coach of the Year right now. They do NFL Coach of the Year, right? It's one overall Coach of the Year. Is that right?
They do. But I like where you're going.
Is Mike Tomlin part of this equation? He's got to be, right? As we sit here at the midway point.
He should be. Because Mike Tomlin, while he doesn't have 6, 7 Super Bowl championships, he is the dude that's just a constant. His teams never are terrible.
This team was buried. They beat the Bills and lost a couple in a row, and everybody, it's over, and he should be putting in Mason Rudolph, and they got to find the future, and oh my goodness, they haven't planned for the future. Maybe they have, man. Maybe they know that maybe they know Aaron Rodgers is going there next year. I know. Maybe they know Aaron Rodgers is going there next year.
Ooh, is this Brett Favre coming back?
Tony Romo is too. Maybe they know Aaron Rodgers is going, but they were dead. Like to me, he's right near the top of the list. So is Bill Belichick. So is John Harbaugh. So is Mike Vrabel. So is Cliff Kingsbury. Am I missing someone? Halfway point Coach of the Year.
Halfway point Coach of the Year.
You like the guy, the Chargers guy?
So are we doing AFC, NFC, or are we doing overall NFC?
Well, they only do one, right? They don't do AFC, NFC,
we can do
but we can do whatever we want. All right, so let's do AFC. If there was an NFC one, I would probably go Cliff Kingsbury.
Yes, because they are finally living up to the expectation.
They won without Kyler and won big the other day.
That is a big feather in the cap of any coach. Your team responds in that situation. So NFC, definitely Cliff Kingsbury.
It's not Mike Zimmer? Oh, I just wanted to do it to you. I just wanted just a little.
You're allowed.
A little jab. It's not Sean.
Perk up a little bit.
You got an NFC Coach of the Year so far. Midway.
It's Cardinals all the way. Cliffsbury.
All right. AFC midseason Coach of the Year. I could make a point for, was it Brandon Staley with the Chargers? Yep. I could make a point for Mike Vrabel. Absolutely could. John Harbaugh. Mike Tomlin. Bill Belichick.
Good old Billy.
I'd give my vote right now to Mike Vrabel.
It's fair. I'm a big Mike Vrabel guy, too. Now, let's see what they do without Derrick Henry as they go. But they've got the best record in the AFC right now, the Tennessee Titans at 7-2. But, Jeff, they lost to the Jets. Yeah, okay. They did. And then you see what they've gone through since then? The Bills and the Chiefs and the Rams? They're not that good, Jeff. Okay, great. We all thought you thought they were, when you played them, you all thought they were pretty good. But if they lose to the Titans, they can't be very good? Like, I'll listen to the Mike Vrabel conversation because I really like it. And I'm a big Mike Vrabel guy.
And my thought wasn't even about them just having the best record. It's when you watch Tennessee earlier in the season, and not just the Jets game, is They haven't been good defensively. What are they going to look like offensively without Derrick Henry? We still don't know, but how competitive they've been overall.
Okay. Who's your NFL offensive MVP? Mid-season NFL offensive MVP. Knowing that Derrick Henry's out, you saw what Josh Allen looked like the other day. I mean, it might be Aaron Rodgers, by the way. As much as you all hate this, it might end up being Aaron Rodgers.
And this is one where
Kyler Murray?
I wish it was for the league itself.
Yep.
I know they have MVP, offense, they just need specifics because everything is
quarterback
pushed to the quarterback. I'd say Lamar Jackson.
Okay. Can I throw another name at you? Tom Brady? What? Is that ridiculous?
I think at this point,
No, it's not ridiculous.
Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. It's like a given. It's like, we got to give it to him again.
Well, all right. So
Right.
let me just tell you, if Belichick wins that division, this is his best coaching job. You guys shaking your heads.
Oh, yeah.
I'm right.
I guess we're just a little. I think I'm just a little thrown off by the Bills right now.
Well, but it's an if. I don't think they're going to. I think the Bills are going to win the division. I still think the Bills are the best team in that division and maybe in the AFC. I got what last week looked like. I think the Patriots are making the playoffs. I think they're making a run. Now, again, the next few weeks, you're going to get a real good feel of what the Patriots are all about because they got the Browns and the Falcons. Then they get the Titans, the Bills, the Colts, the Bills. You get a pretty good idea what they're about. But if he wins that division, this is his best coaching.
We know what they're about. They're good defensively. Mac Jones was not the sexiest of the rookie quarterbacks, but he landed in the best situation. And we didn't talk enough about Mac Jones because we just assumed, I think he'll be okay. Kind of like him, but he's not as exciting as Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson or Trey Lance or Justin Fields because of athletic ability running with football. This is a dude that goes in there, executes, which is great to do, has a really good roster around him, and probably go in the playoffs.
I'm going to give you another hot take. If this continues, Josh McDaniels is going to parlay what's going on with Mac Jones into another opportunity as a head coach. There'll be, 6 jobs, 7 jobs open, as there always are. And there's going to be some team that's going to need a young quarterback, and they're going to see what Josh McDaniels did again with that offense. And he had his chance. It didn't work. Maybe he wasn't ready.
I don't think he wants a head coaching job.
No,
why do you back out of Indianapolis?
Maybe he didn't like the situation.
Then why do you say yes to it in the first place?
I don't know. I don't know him. I just feel like
I don't trust him.
So you think he's waiting for Belichick and he's coaching waiting there, and that's going to be the head coaching job he wants? 'Cause that might be.
I think it's some self-awareness too.
Okay.
Realizing that it's not going to get better than being associated with Bill Belichick.
Well, and by the way, I'm paid
if
really
I happen
well.
to take over after the fact, okay, that's cool.
I'm paid really well. I got a really good situation, and if it all goes to bleep, it's not on me. It's not on that dude. Yeah. No, I get there's a lot to that.
With what?
There's nothing wrong with being a really good coordinator.
Yeah. And I think that's what Josh McDaniels realized when he backed out of the Indianapolis Colts job.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's like I think everyone at that level would like the opportunity, wants to say, I can be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think with a lot of these coordinators, you don't want to just look at that first run and be like, well, this guy can't do it, because you can learn a lot from that if you're a talented coach, if you can continue to show it.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. But if I'm an organization, I don't trust Josh McDaniels because I just don't think he's 100% in.
Okay.
Like, can he coordinate an offense? Absolutely.
So,
but how many times I'm going to give him the call and then him be like, I don't know, yes, and we'll see. Maybe I'll sign the paper. I'll be your head coach. You know what? I don't want to be your head coach.
Look, there's a lot of really good coordinators in this league who had a chance at head coach. I look at Raheem Morris. I look at Todd Bowles. I mean, just look around the league. Norv Turner was a way better coordinator than he was a head coach.
Because when you become a head coach, your responsibilities change, and you can't maximize what you do most of the time unless you're able to, like, one thing Bill Belichick has been able to do is still assert himself defensively. Now, he's still the defensive coordinator of that team.
Essentially.
But he's managed everything else. And that's always the biggest thing is these coordinators that get head coaching jobs are really good at what they do. But then things change, and they're no longer just the offense coordinator. They hire an offense coordinator, and they have to handle that. Then they have to be the one at the press conference answering for everyone else's mistakes and all that stuff.
Look, it's the whole Rocky Long thing.
I think that's also why it's when like these special teams coordinators get jobs, people are like, wait, what? Why? And it's because you can be a good coach. You don't have to be like a great offensive or defensive mind to be a head coach.
It's the whole Rocky Long thing. He loved being a coordinator. He loved coaching ball. Like, I don't think he disliked being a head coach, although I think there were times he probably did. He didn't get to coach as much. And now, he was really good at being a head coach. I wonder, I think he learned to like dealing with the media, or at least have fun with it. I thought he ended up being really good with it. But when it was all said and done, look where he is. He wants to coach ball and wants to be coordinator, right? And I think there's a lot of guys, you get into coaching because you like coaching. You like being out there teaching. I think there's one of the reasons I think some coordinators, and I look at college more so than the pros, JJ, why would we expect a coordinator from wherever to be a good head coach right away? How do you expect? So why does a coach rise in the college ranks to be a head coach? What are the qualifications? Well, he was a really good coordinator, or he's a really good recruiter, or he's a good play caller, or he's great with the core. Okay, oh, that's great. Now you give him the head coaching job and you say, all right, boom, here's this bucket of responsibilities. Why would you expect, now some do, but why would you expect that person to have that skill set, to be a CEO, to handle budgets and HR and hiring and firing and media relations and basically be the psychologist for the whole team, everybody who's got a problem? Like, why do you expect that person to have the skill set? He might, and he can learn that. But that's why I think so many first-time head coaches struggle, because the enormity of the task, and they have never been asked to nor had to deal with so much of what they are now tasked with, which is being a CEO. You're a football coach. I just want to coach ball. I just want to go out and coach ball. We're going to win some games. We're going to go out and recruit kids and have some fun. Well, I just want to coach ball. Okay, coach, but now you got to go deal with the media. Now you got to go to the civic function. Now you got to go raise funds. Now you've got to go hire and fire, and now you've got to deal with your budget. And maybe they're really good at it, and maybe they're not. But I've asked this question so many times. Why would you expect a first-time head coach to have all those skills? And that's why I think sometimes guys, they're just not ready for it. Some are. And some, it just gets away from them. And that's why some guys on their second run as a head coach are better than they are on their first run. I don't know. That all stem from Josh McDaniels.
And there's so much that goes into it. Timing, organization. When you get an opportunity, is it a complete rebuild? Are you taking over something that there's some pieces there? They just need pointing in the right direction. So many factors.
Yeah, and this goes back, and Eddie's really good with this, Eddie Nunez. I've always thought this, but he really opened my eyes to this. Who are that person's mentors? Right? Who did that person go down the tree? If something goes wrong, who is that person? Who can he call to get advice from? Where did he learn from? And I think there's a lot to that. How did you come up in the business, and who'd you learn from? I think there's a lot there. 505-246-0610. Bottom of the hour is 8:30. That's what that means. Bottom of the hour would be 8:30, but I'll take bottom of the hour out of my vernacular and just say 8:30 this morning. Doug Martin is going to be with us. We'll talk to New Mexico State's football coach. By now, you know that Aaron Jones and his company, International Protective Service, IPS, are very, very passionate about providing security for your home or business. And up until recently, IPS used their highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols to respond to alarms, typically within 7 minutes or less. Now, IPS installs alarm systems. So they will put an alarm system in your home and respond if it goes off. They've got your security covered. You needn't call anyone else. Their number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. You can visit them at ipsglobal.com, dedicated to making Albuquerque a safer place to live and work. when you trust IPS. You get a local company, not a business who sells your security to a national corporate giant who doesn't know Albuquerque like IPS does. Look, they'll still respond to any alarm system, but if you don't have one, call IPS. They'll set you up for unmatched security. Don't wait to be a victim. Sleep better at night knowing IPS is watching your business. Be confident during the day. They've got eyes on your home when you're not there. Call IPS at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or visit ipsglobal.com.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future.
Sports Animal.
Josh McDaniels waiting for Belichick to retire to take over, says the text line. Tommy, friend of the show, Tommy, says Broncos should have drafted Matt Jones. Yeah, they probably should have. Fred sent me a text. He says, we've both known a lot of football officials. Tell me if you think that this is right. He says, I feel they're usually aggressive energy people. I'm zero surprised when they pick out a certain player. So I've heard that about police officers. Oh, cops are aggressive, and that's why they're cops. They want the power. I'm not sure I think that's right. I mean, as a generality, I imagine that's true for some. Is that the same thing I'm hearing, like, for their aggressive energy officials. I don't know if they all are. Could there be some?
I don't know if they all are, but would never want to be a ref.
Okay, it's a hard job, but Tony Correnti has been doing this for a long time. Like this particular official has been doing it for a long time. Do I feel, as Fred says in this text, I feel that they're usually aggressive energy people. I'm zero surprised when they pick out a certain player. It's a super generalization, and I'm not sure I agree with that. Do I think that there are some that are like that? Yes, but Tony Correnti's been doing this a long time, to the best of my knowledge, and I could be wrong. JJ, has he been accused of this before? Has this ever happened with him?
I can't recall a story that stands out that we've been talking about Tony Correnti.
All right, did you buy his write-up where he taunting is point of emphasis? He went to the bench. It was taunting. The contact had nothing to do with the flag.
Oh, it's an easy excuse
Do
for
you
the ref.
buy it?
It's a point of it. No.
Why did the flag come out after the contact? The gentleman
He was waiting for the dude to bump into him, and then he threw the flag.
Cassius Marsh was already on his way back. So whatever you're telling me you penalized him for was over, and then after the contact, you threw the flag.
It's such a weak look.
It's a horrible look.
It's like, and this is why fans always lose their mind, because they don't trust referees. They don't trust anything. And then you see situations like this, and they'll just sit there and point and say, of course, look at this. They're against us. They're throwing these flags on purpose.
Well, look, if I'm a Bears fan, last night scraped me so bad. Like, I am chafed. Now, it didn't cost the game. Let's be very clear. They got the ball back. They went and scored, and then they let Pittsburgh come down. But the league has got to do something. If a player, let's reverse that. Let's say Cassius Marsh, the player in question here, hip checked the official. And look, it wasn't a violent hip check. I think hip check is probably too big a term. He kind of swayed his hips like a hula dance and made contact. If the player would have initiated the contact, what would happen here? No, honestly.
You'd have Roger Goodell like jumping out of a C-130, landing there at midfield, handing him an envelope that says, "Oh, you owe us $50,000, and you will not be playing the next 5 games."
5 games. I think he'd be suspended for a game.
Like losing their mind.
It'd be different than if he went out and slugged a referee. If he went Jokic on him or something. That's another
Get out the way.
Get out the way. But so for an official, I'm going to hear this is debatable. I watched a video how many times. It's not debatable that official created the contact, right? And then threw a flag. Now, is it aggressive contact? Is it bodily injury causing? It's none of those things. However, if that was the other way, that player would be disciplined.
You'd have every referee running to the aid
right.
of that man, throwing their flags in the face of Marsh.
Look, I don't know what Tony Correnti went through.
I feel like Correnti was just assaulted and he needs a stretcher.
It's just an older man doing his job. I don't know what his day like we all have bad days, and that was a bad day for him. A bad moment, and I don't know what's going on in his life. And look, I'm not making excuses. Bottom line is that was a horrific call and a worse look because he stuck his hip out and initiated the contact with the player and then threw a flag.
Bad call, bad look, and then he tries to say, well, I didn't do nothing. It was taunting.
There's if you're gonna discipline a player for that, and there is zero argument, right, that a player would be disciplined for that.
Yes.
Then you've got to discipline the official. You have to. If nothing else, for the
escorted out of the stadium by security at that point.
If nothing else, then your point, the look, the optics regarding the integrity of the game. 100%. What was the spread last night? Anybody know? I'm not saying that this official threw the game and tried to sway the spread.
I think it's like -6.
It was. Was it 6? Steelers by 6?
Let me look. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
All right, because that could have swayed it, right? And I'm not saying that gentleman tried to move the spread or had that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was Pittsburgh -7.
But if you're embracing everything that you're embracing, and the optics of the game in regards to integrity, then and I'm not saying fire the man. I'm not saying fire Tony Correnti. I'm saying you've got to discipline him.
Yes.
It's just not okay. And it's not because
this is refs should be held to the same standard when it comes to representing the Shield in this case.
Yeah. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's
How
up?
are you?
Good, Andrew. How you doing?
Oh, just a Bears fan on a lovely Tuesday here.
Yeah, well.
You know, these refs have, obviously made a ton of errors. Bears didn't lose the game because of the refs, but they sure didn't help, right?
That's correct.
There's tons of opportunities to get points on the board, to move the ball, to not turn the ball. Things happen in a game. But when it comes down to it, I think what we got to see was how nasty Justin Fields really is, how tough this kid really is. We're not looking to win a Super Bowl this year, but we're looking at this future. And the way he was able to hang in there, stay tough, and lead this team to almost get a win, I'm happy today, to be honest with you.
I think that's fair. And that's why at the very beginning I said to the team that lost, win a little bit yesterday. Your quarterback grew up. He had a big drive towards the end of the game. Looks better. Looks like he's making progress and is starting to erase some of the questions. And I think you should feel better.
Absolutely. When we got our backs against the wall and we got rid of all the Nagy philosophy and you just got to watch the kid play football, we could see what he can really do. If Nagy would get out of his way, let him throw the ball down the field, we see he's got the arm. We need the pass protection, obviously, but you got to give the kid a chance to shine because he's really that good.
Yep, I think it's a good way to look at it, man. Yesterday was a bummer, but to your point, we're not winning the Super Bowl this year. What do we got moving forward? Do I have something? I think everybody believes Nagy's going to be gone. Justin Fields is going to be there, and you made the right choice, and then you've got a future.
Absolutely.
Right
Absolutely, guys.
All right, man.
You have a great day.
Be well. See, look at that. That was a reasonable sports fan. I mean, where did that come from? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
A fan of a team that lost yesterday and said, but I actually feel good today. I mean, that just doesn't happen. It's refreshing. All right, when we come back, Doug Martin's scheduled to be with us, the New Mexico State football coach. Aggies lose 35-13 to Utah State on Saturday past. Next up, they go to Tuscaloosa. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We're all moving.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner-operator of Global Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
New Mexico State looked good early on Saturday. They had a 10-0 lead on Utah State down at Aggie Memorial Stadium. 13-7 at halftime. Final was 35-13 Utah State as the Utags pulled away. The Mountain West Conference's Mountain Division leading at Utah State at now 7-2. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls in a little bit. Next up for New Mexico State, a trip to Tuscaloosa. That's all, to take on Alabama. Doug Martin is the head football coach at New Mexico State University. Joins us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good morning, Doug. How you doing?
I'm good, Jeff. How you doing?
We're all right. Thank you. So I'm watching it. I'm listening, and you guys look good early. And the game feels really reminiscent to some games you had early this year. Certainly the San Diego State game, a really, really strong first half. I thought defensively your guys made some stops in the first quarter, in the first half. Jonah looked good. Maybe you left a few points on the field. But in the first half, I got a feeling, dang, this may happen today.
Well, it was the best half of defense that we've played all year long. That was the most pleasing part of it. Our defense really played well in the first half. Like you said, they got some key stops, got a turnover, really did some good things. Offensively, we played well. You're right. We were in the red zone and we needed to get touchdowns. We had a field goal blocked, which, was inexcusable, but left some points there. And then, in the second half is just kind of our story. We just didn't finish. Our defense really started to give up big plays, and offensively we have to score. We're not good enough of a defensive team right now to not score points and win games, and we didn't protect the quarterback well enough. It's probably one of the worst games our offensive line has played. But, we're rebounding and go see what we can do this week.
So when you look back at the tape, right, and you say, okay, first half we played really well, and all those things you said, can you pinpoint in this game, was it offensive line? What happened in the second half? Because obviously it was just a different ball game, and they outscored you 28-0 in the second half.
Yeah, again, if we don't keep pace and we don't answer scores, then, we can't stay in the game because we're just not good enough on defense right now to just shut people out for a whole game. And part of that, just some talent issues. Part of it's just youth playing out there. But, the guys are playing hard, but it's just, they haven't learned to play a full 60-minute game yet.
Jonah's getting better. He threw 44 times. I mean, he's turned into – I don't even think he's turning into – I think it's about 4 or 5 weeks ago. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he could play for any Mountain West team out there right now. And, to throw it 44 times with no turnovers, and he really handled things well and under a lot of pressure because, like I said, we didn't protect very well at all. But he did a nice job of throwing hot when he needed to, and he's really gotten better every week. I'm really proud of where he is, and we got a lot of guys that are playing really well offensively, especially.
And Doug, in that third quarter for Utah State, their first scoring drive, they had that 54-yard touchdown, and then the next two drives, they moved the football downfield, short yardage situation to finish at the end. In the third quarter, defensively, was it not being able to capitalize on third down? Did you see some assignment errors? What was kind of the difference in that quarter?
Yeah, they got us caught in 2 times in just bad matchups. We had one of our outside linebackers that had to play a slot receiver in coverage and just couldn't stay with him. And those are the differences. When people score like that, we have to be able to answer to stay in the game right now because, like I said, we just can't depend on our defense to shut everybody out.
And you know what Jeff was just mentioning with Johnson, the offense that you want to run, you're going to spread the football around, give an opportunity to throw. Do you feel that you have the balance needed to compete and be able to answer those scores in those situations?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what we've been doing all year long. I mean, we've been in every game because, we've done a nice job of answering scores, and that's one thing our offense has been pretty good at all year long. And we played well offensively. We just didn't make plays. We just didn't make things happen. We didn't get an explosion touchdown or things like that. And when, like I said, in the first half, we had to settle for too many field goals.
Doug Martin is New Mexico State's head football coach. He's with us on the opening drive. Doug, I look back over the last 8 games, 7 of them against Mountain West teams, and I'm looking through them all, and maybe the Nevada game in the second half. But at some point by halftime, you're in every game. San Diego State game, you're winning at halftime. The New Mexico game, you're right there. You lose by 9. Hawaii, both times you played with them. San Jose State, you lose by 6. Do your guys realize – and maybe I guess it's a question of where is your program now as you compare it the going into Conference USA in 2 years? Where is your program? Do you feel? I understand you went 0-7, but talent-wise and competitive-wise, in regards to those teams.
Yeah, we don't have the talent right now that those teams have, especially depth-wise, Jeff. Our first guys, we're pretty close, but depth-wise, we're not. And a lot of that was, from the year being shut down and having to go recruit a whole team over again. And I think, those issues, and really not just for us, but for all teams, because of transfer portal and paying players and the way things is just different now, it's going to be harder to maintain that because, not only do you have to recruit for future classes, you've got to recruit your own players, because these guys, all the guys that are playing really well here, are going to be looking maybe for other opportunities to go other places. You got to recruit your own guys to keep them here too. Guys like Jonah, guys like Isaiah Garcia Constantado, who's had a really, really good year for us. And that's not just us. That's every team, across the country. And I hear that from every coach. So there's a lot of battles that have to be fought. And that's why you have to be investing in, facilities and treating your players right and making sure that, they enjoy where they are. The locker room here is an issue, and things like that are going to have to be corrected if you're going to keep your good players and if you're going to attract good enough players to win in a conference.
In that regard, as they go into Conference USA now, and the university does, did that ripple through? Did that have any effect? Any conversation? I know you've always said that's kind of above you, and that's you had no control, which is absolutely right. What were the players saying, and how did that affect just the thought process, if at all, in your locker room?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Well, just the announcement going to Conference USA. What did everybody think about that? The players, was there an excitement about it?
Yeah, I think it really hasn't been a big issue with our players. They really haven't put much into it because again, all you're doing is putting Conference USA on your jersey unless you're going to invest in the football program here and change the way things are for the players. And I think the players is what has to be the most important thing. Do they have an adequate locker room? Do they have the things they need to get better and to progress to be the best player they can possibly be? That's what they're interested in. It's not what conference it is.
Doug, to that point, the changes that we've seen in college athletics, it's supposed to be benefiting the players with their ability to do extra things off the field. But how do you feel just the sport as a whole has embraced it? Because you're a football coach. You coach football. You're there for the student athletes on and off the field. Do you think that college athletics has handled this transition well, or has it just been kind of thrown on everybody and now it's kind of feast or famine?
Yeah, I think there wasn't a lot of thought put into what the ramifications were of, like we're saying, the transfer portal. I don't think they never thought that there'd be over 2,000 kids left in the transfer portal that didn't get any scholarship opportunities. And that's what happened last year. And I think that's going to continue to happen. There's a lot more kids go in there than ever come out of there. And then the way it's made, no longer do you really have the ability to build a program. Very seldom are you going to be able to go recruit high school kids, redshirt them, develop them, because they're not going to wait that long. If they're not playing, they're going to get in the transfer portal and try to go somewhere else. So that's how we built the 2017 football team here. And that's going to be a real issue going forward for New Mexico State, because that model just doesn't exist anymore. So, I think there's avenues where the players should have opportunities to transfer and move. I just think they've opened it up too far, and once you open that door, you can't go back. Yeah. So it is what it is now. Coaches are just going to have to learn to live with it and deal with it, and recruiting out of the transfer portal has become bigger and bigger, and recruiting in high school has become smaller and smaller. That's just the nature of the way they've designed things.
Maybe that's going to be that way for everyone. All right, going to Tuscaloosa. Obviously, you know what you're up against. So great opportunity for these guys the next 2 weeks to play in great venues against top-tier talent. The message to your team now is you go and take on Alabama is what?
Yeah, well, what I told the players, when you're growing up, if you're any type of competitor, you either want to play for a team like this, like Alabama, or you want to play against them. And, our guys didn't get recruited by those type of schools, but now they've got a chance to play against them. So you have an opportunity here to play against an elite player opposite you for 60 minutes. And if you can go out and prove to yourself that you can do that, you'll have done something nobody can ever take away from you. So this is a great opportunity for our guys to prove to themselves that they can go out on the field and play against an elite team and against another elite player, and just see how good they can possibly be. So that's exciting for our guys. I'm excited for them. I'm sure they'll go out and play as hard as they possibly can.
Well, they got an opportunity in one of the classic venues, and certainly against one of the name brands in all of college football. Doug, always appreciate the conversation. Safe travels to and from Tuscaloosa. We'll catch up with you next Tuesday.
Okay, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Be well. Doug Martin, head football coach at New Mexico State. You can respond to that. It's interesting. The transfer portal issue is, remember, that was always my biggest concern, right? Are schools like this just going to be minor leagues? You open this up and you have a good year at New Mexico State or at Utah State or at UTEP, And does that mean you're just going to be plucked next year and go away? How do you build a program? And I that was one of my biggest fears on the opening up for the free transfer year. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service.
New Mexico State at Alabama is this weekend.
Like 30?
Okay, what if I told you it was a really, really big number?
It's more than 30?
Yeah.
40?
What if I told you it was a really, really big number?
50?
51.5. I don't, have you ever
Are we
seen
taking that?
Like, right? You have, don't you? 51.5.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I'm not sure I have either, to be honest with you. That feels like enough to take the Aggies, doesn't it? And again, I tell you, don't listen to me. I'm glad I'm not betting because I'd be getting smoked. And that's
so. Well, last time they played Alabama,
yeah.
What do you think the final score was?
I'm gonna guess it was about 47. Josh Foley was the leading rusher for the Aggies that day, right?
Back on September 7th, 2019, they went to Tuscaloosa. It was the second week of the season.
Okay.
Alabama 62.
Yeah.
New Mexico State 10.
62 to 10 is 52 points. It's right on the number. Wow. 62 to 10. Is this Aggie team better than that team? In the first half, they. Honestly, that's when I was driving down, listening to this game, listening to Jack Nixon, the Hall of Famer. I'm like, dang, they got a chance. They've got glimpses. You and I have had this conversation. I tested this team. They don't look horrible, although they're 1-7, 1-8, whatever they are. I understand. So they are what they are. 51.5 is so many points. But your point's right. Right? That was right at the number it was last time. All right. 246-0610. Come on in, 888-922-0610. Your emails come in. Text at the same number, 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Mike says, Nick Saban hand play Jeff Alou. I'm not sure the 52-point line is enough. How big does the gap need to be before Bama decides they have enough style points? I'm going to guess 40 is plenty. Like, how many style points do you think you're putting up against New Mexico State? So if you beat New Mexico State by 7, do you think that's impressing the committee? With all due respect.
No, this game can't be closer than 30 for Alabama.
Okay. All right. Bruce says, reply to Fearless Dougie, Jeff, if they can't recruit for next year and he's worried about being able to re-recruit the current squad, how big a mess is the next coach stepping into? How bad is New Mexico State going to be in 2022? Look, if we're assuming Doug's gone, and Doug last week said, we're coaching out the string and we move on. Or we're coaching out the schedule and move on. And then the new coach has to come in and re-recruit.
If you're going to bring Doug Martin back, you would have had it done by now.
I agree with that.
And
I think Doug
it's messy. The fans are done with it. They're like, just rip off the Band-Aid now. But then is there a difference in, if you're New Mexico State, letting Doug Martin go now versus him finishing out the season? Because it's the end of a contract, so money-wise, is it any different?
No. So, I mean, at this point, I don't know what the right way to handle it is. You got to get a feel where the players are. What do they want to do? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I would do, and I don't have that feel. I just don't. This one says, this is from Lobo Hobo. It says 76. Frank? ? Jeff, the current spreads are 51.5 New Mexico State underdog and 24.5 UNM underdog. Has there ever been another weekend where New Mexico's Division I programs have been more than 76-point dogs? Frank? Well, that's a lot of points. Lobos are 24.5 dogs at Fresno? Does that feel like too much?
No.
Because they can't score?
Well, if you...
Yeah, no, because they can't score.
They can't score, and then also if, depending on Isaiah Chavez, if it's CJ Montez, nothing's going to struggle even more.
Because they can't score. Lobos in the last bunch of weeks have scored 17, 14, 7, 7, 10, 10, 0. Yeah, I get it. All right. We'll open it up, reset for you, top of the hour, which makes it 9 o'clock. That's what I meant, 9 o'clock. 505-246-0610. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrienne on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From the laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage...
Two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Cimbietta, and J.J. Bach.
All right, so the Steelers are winners last night, but Bear fan, how do you feel? We had one Bear fan call and say, I'm all right with this. I think we're on the right path. That was like logical sports fan, which was so bizarre.
Boring.
Actually, it was refreshing. No, it's good.
Fire everyone.
Fire everyone, including the referee.
Bears lost because of the refereeing.
Yeah, they did.
Back there actually dragging down players on pass interference calls or lining up offsides. Nope, it was all the ref's fault.
Although the refereeing was bad. And the Tony Correnti thing is going to be the talk of the day. I mean, what's a bigger talk? That or Jokic pushing a dude from
I don't
behind?
know how we haven't talked about
All right, so let's go.
Best story.
Well, let's go. I mean, Nikola
Big
Jokic.
win.
Nikola Jokic flat out double palmed a dude to the back.
Ejected.
Shoulder.
Okay, shoulder.
Because
yeah,
Markieff Morris took a shot at his ribs. Now, I don't like the fact that it was from behind, but don't start nothing if you ain't about it. And the Morris brothers love to talk about being about it. They're ready for it. So Keith goes over, takes a shot at Jokic. The game is well out of reach. It hits him in the ribs in transition, and turns around to just kind of jog away.
And then
and Jokic comes through and puts him on the ground.
And he lays on the ground like he was shot.
Because that is a big dude that just puts you on your back.
All right. Look.
And Jokic, I don't like how he did it from behind, but he took a legitimate shot to the midsection.
Yep.
Like that, Markieff Morris was not making a basketball play either in all this.
So I've said this for years. There's a reason there was fighting in hockey. And people, it's just barbaric. No, they police their game, right? They police the game. And if the referees can't police it, then these guys policed it. And to me, hockey is the absolute paradigm for life. It mirrors life. You go hard, you work hard, you usually get paid off. You break the rules, you go to jail for 2 minutes, you get back out, and you go on with your life, right? What? What's the difference?
I see where you're getting at, but it just sounds funny. You go to jail for 2 minutes.
You go to jail for 2 minutes, and then
you're just back at it.
You go back to work, right?
Jail.
What do you call it when you're locked up in a little box like
time
that?
out? You're in timeout.
I mean,
no, I like jail better.
The sin bin, timeout. If the referees aren't going to police it, and you got three out there, and I get it, they can't see everything. But how much is too much? And to your point, if he takes it in the ribs, he takes a shot, and I'm sure there was bleep being talked the whole time. But how much is too much? And what are you supposed to do? Retaliation for a hard foul is how I'm seeing it being said. Well, look, this guy's the MVP, right? Did he win MVP last year? He did, right?
Was.
He's the reigning MVP.
And he had a great game last night.
Put some respect on that man's name.
First triple-double last night.
Start respecting that man like an MVP. Would referees let that happen to Steph Curry? Would referees let Markieff Morris do that to LeBron James? Would that be okay?
No, and we know that.
Then it's not okay.
Correct.
And I understand you can't push a guy from behind. That's not okay. You just can't be doing that. But he came in flat out with an elbow to the ribs.
Yeah, he took a shot at Jokic.
Yep.
There was no play on the ball.
It was a cheap shot at Jokic, forearm to the midsection, hitting him in the ribs. Jokic responds, puts him on his back. And Jokic after the game said, I understand that the consequences of my actions. And he has to sit down with it. And this is a season that, by the way, his numbers are even better than last year at this point, the reigning MVP. But it's one that if you're going to dish it, you got to be able to take it. And, all right, I would like to see these guys battle again, not necessarily fight, but
although
the whole issue is people. It looks so bad when you hit a dude from behind and he goes down like that. But you realize he went down like that. Jokic is a very big human being, but you go at him and expect nothing to happen, and then chirp. One of my favorite things about that too is you see Tyler Hero kind of run in, and then he immediately realizes, this is not the place for me. This is not where I belong. So I'm going to go stand somewhere else. Jimmy Butler's chirping, said, meet me in the back. All right, meet him in the back. Like, what's going to happen? Everyone's like, you don't want to deal with Miami. These are from Serbia. You want to? All right, Jokic brothers, Morris brothers. Let's go. Let's see how that goes for you.
Could be pay-per-view. Like it could be. I'd watch that more than some of the pay-per-view that they're offering me. Quote from Jokic afterwards: "It's a stupid play. I feel bad. I'm not supposed to react that way. I thought it was going to be a take foul. I think it was a dirty play, and I just needed to protect myself. I felt bad. I'm not supposed to react that way, but I need to protect myself. I don't know who shoved me or who showed me the clip, and actually his head snapped back, so I feel really bad. It's a bad move," end quote. I mean, he's right. He's not supposed to react that way. Eric Spoelstra is Miami's head coach. Quote, "That was a very dangerous and dirty play. Keith took a foul, and it was one of those fast break take fouls.
It was not a take
and he
foul.
did with his shoulder.
Yeah.
You might deem that maybe as a little bit more than just slapping someone, but after watching it on film, it was a take foul. That's how I saw it. And after the play, that's just absolutely uncalled for," end quote.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You
Spoelstra's standing up for his guy, but he's wrong.
I got it, but he's wrong. Like, you've got to understand what happened there.
Yeah, Morris has to hold himself accountable too.
Right?
Like both of them. Yeah.
So the Jokic brothers, if you haven't seen him, Nikola Jokic has two older brothers that are bigger than he is.
Whoa.
Would this have been cleaner if it wasn't in the back? Would it have been more acceptable?
I don't like how he hit him from behind.
Yeah.
'Cause and I think Jokic gets that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not scared of Keith, and I'll stand up for myself, but I think he realizes how bad it looks.
You can't hit a guy from behind.
No.
Hitting the guy from behind. But so the Jokic brothers, by the way, created a Twitter account this morning, and it's been confirmed.
Oh my gosh.
And it tweeted at Markieff Morris saying, "You should leave this the way it is instead of publicly threatening our brother. Your brother made a dirty play first. If you want to make a step further, we will be waiting for you." Yeah. Signed, Jokic brothers.
Damn.
Whoa.
You think I'm wrong on this pay-per-view thing?
No, let's do it.
I mean, you got to do it out of season, I imagine.
Yeah.
So the Jokic brothers and the Morris brothers,
or some WWE.
Well, I'm thinking something real.
Yeah, like boxing.
Or MMA.
Yeah, the WWE, like, hey guys, you want to put on a skit? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
the
this
huge
is not a
dudes.
skit anymore.
Yeah. No, this is beyond skit. I'm thinking something real. I didn't see that. Okay, that can get ugly.
Right now, yeah, it's like, all right, let's take a deep breath. It's like Keith and Jokic deal with it. And teammates are going to stand up and start chirping as you would expect and you'd want to see at that moment in time.
So what did Markieff say after? Because I can't find a Markieff Morris.
Well, it was Marcus Morris.
Yeah, it was his brother.
His brothers got on Twitter and said, all right, noted, he hit him from behind.
He did. And he apologized. He feels bad. He shouldn't have done it. And it was a snap reaction after just getting cheap shot in the ribs. Like bad look, bad move. He's like, yeah, man, I shouldn't have done that. So now we're going to start a battle over this? Is this where this world goes? Did Markieff say anything about what he did? Was that okay?
Oh, it was a take foul in transition.
How can you even tell me that? How do you even look at me and tell
That
me
makes it even worse. Hold yourself accountable, like I said.
Yeah,
Jeez Louise.
I hit him. I shouldn't have hit him. I mean, what's the issue?
Jeez.
I know. All right, 505-246-0610 if you want to come in today. 888-922-0610. Also in the NBA last night, by the way. Steph went for 50 and 10.
Woo!
The Warriors are 9-1. 50 points, 10 rebounds on pretty good percentages. 14 of 28. It's 50% from the field. 9 of 19 from three-point land. 13 of 13 from the free throw line. Oh, by the way, he had 10 assists and played 35 minutes. I'm not asking MVPs. We played 10 games. I'm not going there. But he's playing at as high a level as he's ever played, would you say? And that's saying something.
Yep.
This is a 2-time MVP?
Yes.
Has he ever played better? I mean, look what he did last year, too, by the way. He was in MVP conversation on a team that made the play-in tournament. Right now, if the playoffs, and it's the stupidest thing. I hate it.
I know.
I hate it.
They're leading the Western
It
Conference,
would be
man.
the Warriors and Lakers in round 1. if the Lakers got through the play-in
Yeah, because they're 8th. Okay.
Yeah, if they got through the play. But, I mean, he's must-watch TV. They'll be in Denver on the 30th of December if you want to go up and watch them.
Let's get it. Jokic should be back by then.
Sorry.
They'll push Draymond in the back by then, too.
Jeez. Oh, yeah, that'll be a good fight, too.
Yes.
God.
That's where we are, though.
A bunch of sissies.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
What color blue are they wearing?
Blue. Sissy blue. Can't take the heat.
Yeah, what color are they wearing? All right, come on in. We'll take this break. 505-246-0610. It's yours the rest of the way. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No, bad dog.
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better.
The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, bigger hit. Jokic on Markieff Morris or Tony Carenti on the Bears linebacker?
I think the question is cheaper hit. Bigger hit was Jokic. Which was a worse look? They were both pretty bad looks.
Carenti.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't hit the dude from behind.
No.
I mean, Jokic's look was bad.
Yeah.
It might have been provoked. It might have been warranted. And that's why I'll give you the worst look is the official because it was unprovoked. Jokic's was bad, but at least, I mean, you understand why he did it. Carenti? Like, where are you coming from?
Posturing.
What are you
The player was posturing.
Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. A. Marie will talk to you if you call her at 505-246-0610. Adrian will talk to you if you go by the ProView Networks bunker where he's producing
Bunker.
there. Yeah, it's kind of I've been there. It's actually, they got a really nice setup. You been there?
Nice. Nope, not yet.
Yeah, you go upstairs. They got the studio in the back. They got a really nice setup there. Howie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How is everybody? Look at JJ planting another haircut, Jeff.
You like that?
Happy haircut.
I'm telling you, these guys with a lot of hair, they go around flaunting different haircuts. I have to number my hairs on top, and I figure number 17 is out of place. So, that's
Just quit.
And then that's got to be
quit.
really disheartening to you, Jeff, sitting there with across from him.
Just quit. Just do what I did. Just say, you know what? I lost. I'm not scoring 10 runs in the bottom of the ninth and coming back and winning this game, and just go.
You're putting Cooper Rush into the game.
That's right. I'm rushing Cooper back.
Aren't you getting? Maybe you need to start doing promos for a hair club for men or something, Jeff. You
want me to get some plugs?
Call up Brian Urlacher, see what he's
like. If I just showed up one day with a full head of hair.
Oh my God.
Or Drew Brees, right?
Well, if I just came in one day with just killer hair like JJ or something, that'd be awesome. Actually, I might do that. Maybe I can get an endorsement for fake hair. All right.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm in.
Hey,
Let me introduce you to spray-on hair.
I was sharing with A. Marie that I'm leaving to Miami tomorrow morning. Me and the wife are going to do a little 5-day getaway. We're going to hit a Dolphin game on Thursday night. This is we're in town. And so if you happen to tune in and there's a naked man running on the field, it very well could be me.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Does this have anything to do with spray on hair?
Hey.
But then I'll get hip checked.
Oh, you're going
and
to
I'll get
Thursday night game?
So-
the Ravens?
Yeah, I think it's the Ravens.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's those Ravens.
Why are you going streaking? Just asking.
Well, I'm just kidding around.
No, do it. No, I think it'd be a good idea. How we do it. Do it.
I
You
was
put
I was
Albuquerque
gonna
on the
tie
map.
it into a hip check like last night's game,
Put a big Zia on your something and represent.
And a 505 on my back, on my son. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, on
Jeff.
your something. Yeah.
So yesterday you made a comment about a crazy weekend and parlays. Well, my parlay that I won this weekend, I lost one, but I won one, was the Arizona Cardinals and the LA Chargers. So your Chargers helped me win a few bucks.
They're not mine, but yeah, good. I'm glad somebody won. That's
yeah,
good.
well, it was a weird weekend for football, and
It's kooky.
those Broncos, JJ. So did he go get a celebratory haircut, or what did he do?
It's more of it's an identity crisis trying to figure out what to do. More
Hey,
of that.
guys, well, I'll talk to you from Miami maybe Thursday or Friday.
Safe travels
Yeah,
and keep your clothes on. I mean, or don't.
Baltimore,
later.
7.5.
See you. 7.5 Baltimore?
That's the
It's
spread.
not enough.
No.
Is it legal to wear clothes in Miami?
Well, I mean, the thought of Howie running across the field at, what do they call the place now? Joe Robbie Stadium? What did it used to be? Hard Rock? Is it Hard Rock Stadium?
I think it's still a Hard Rock.
Right. Just isn't all that appetizing to me.
Now, if Kevin Harlan
Oh.
is on the
Oh,
broadcast,
there goes Howie. He's got a Z on his back. 5:05. He's past the 50. Then 5:05's past the 40. Here he goes. He dodges.
Oh, he slips for a second, but he's back on track.
Kevin Harlan's
dodges 2 security guards.
Kevin Harlan's the best. The best. Lobo Hobo's concerned about attendance, are you? Jeff, if Lobo football loses this weekend to what should be a motivated Bulldog squad, and next on Boise State's senior night, and those losses are ugly, what's attendance going to be like playing Black Friday morning against Utah State? Who schedules a Black Friday morning game? Lobo Hobo. TV does. TV does. When Utah State's going to be playing for something probably at that
There are still people at home on Black Friday
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
eating leftovers,
Yeah. Yeah.
food comas, watching football.
That could be a big game for Utah State. They could be playing for the division championship that day. Could be. So people will be watching. What time is that? 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
All right. As long as Howie keeps his clothes on, yeah, people will be just fine. Can we talk about Lobo women's soccer, says Rod. Jefferson, how much was their seeding hurt by a weak non-conference schedule? Everyone was all excited because they thought Washington was going to be a program-defining signature win, but the Huskies limped to a 6-8-4 finish. I yield to you.
I wouldn't say it was weak. You scheduled 2 Pac-12 teams. I don't know what else you can do. It was just the time that they were able to host the games as opposed to go play those games on the road. And the good team of the two, we thought it was going to be Washington. It ended up being Oregon State. Oregon State beat New Mexico. And the Lobos beat Washington. So, yes, it hurt them. And they're essentially like an 11 in the bracket. So they don't seed every team 1 through 16 like you see on a traditional college basketball bracket. They give top 4 seeds out. Like, oh, you're the 4 seed. So BYU in this case was the 4 seed. So you can equate to where New Mexico is as an 11, and it's conference, non-conference. And that's the challenge they get as a team that's been a top 20 squad all year long. Just beat the defending champ Santa Clara to win the West Coast Conference title. It's going to be a tough one in Provo.
Was the last time Lobos and BYU played the Elizabeth Lambert game?
I don't know if it was the last time, but that's the only game people know.
That's the only women's Lobo women's soccer game anybody knows, which is some of the best video ever.
That's rough.
Did you see that, Amory? Are you familiar with that?
No.
Lobo, a Lobo player, Elizabeth Lambert, was getting kind of roughed up. It was almost kind of like the Jokic stuff, but not really, right? She was getting, and at one point, she just grabbed the woman by the ponytail, yanked her to the ground. The girl just fell down and played on, and it went viral. I mean, it was everywhere.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's probably easy to find. It'll probably pop right up. But yeah, that's BYU. When is that game?
13th.
13th. What day is today? 9. So that's in 4 days. That's this weekend. That's Saturday. Deutsch says, do we find out today who's the starting quarterback on Saturday, Jeff? Or do we hear all week it's a game time decision and have to tune into the Big Stick at 4 p.m. Saturday to find out if it's JJ or Trulio? You're not going to find out anything today.
No quarterback. I will be there on Saturday.
You will?
Yes.
You do the pregame show?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
That's big.
No conflicts.
What time's
It will be my last one this Saturday for football, and then I'll be on the road with women's basketball.
What time is football on Saturday?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock? So am I going to be on the Sports Animal with Lobo basketball?
There's, what is there, 2?
I think I got a 4:30 game. So, yeah, I think it's a 7 o'clock start. So.
Fresno State is 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll probably be on the Sports Animal, huh? All right. And we'll get that all for you. Lobo football and
We'll get it all
basketball
finalized.
at the same time. All right. We got Lobo men tomorrow night against FAU. Women tonight, you get J.J. Buck in your ear. Nick, you going to be with you tonight?
Yes, she will.
All right. This is the opener for Lobo women's basketball against Lamar. People are going to go, oh, Lamar, really? This is probably a little bit better test than maybe some people want to think.
Yes, Lamar is a interesting team. Second-year head coach, was an assistant at Kansas for a few years, brought over Michelle Wilson, who was an all-conference player last year for the team, a transfer from Kansas, leading scorer, coming back. And it's a challenge. New Mexico has 4 all-conference level players and then 8 players that are going to be getting their first D1 experience. And so there's going to be bumps in the road. And Mike Bradbury said it on Thursday. He's like, I can't play those 4 players 38 minutes per game, so we're going to have to go through the bumps early, hope 1 or 2 of the freshmen can really hit and just become a consistent contributor, and really hopefully find a rhythm by Mountain West play.
Yeah, and that's kind of what these early games are going to be. Finding rotations. Who's going to – I think the men and women. You know, Richard Pitino said it the other day, I can't play everybody. How are guys going to stick with it? Everybody's going to be needed. I was putting together charts and kind of looking through the roster yesterday. And I could see kind of a rotation of 10 deep when people are healthy. And who's going to be healthy? Men, women. You know, how deep do you go? I hear all the time, not enough basketballs, Jeff. Not enough basketballs. There's too many. And then typically we get to, I don't know, early January. And then I hear, well, where's the scoring coming from, Jeff? Who's going to score? So that's what these first few weeks are going to be about. Figuring out rotations, figuring out comfort levels, who can do what. It's one thing to do it in practice against New Mexico Highlands. It's going to be another thing for the ladies against Lamar, for the men against FAU and Colorado. And in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll start to get an idea what they look like. You going out on Wednesday? You going out tonight? Lobo women tonight, Lobo men on Wednesday, and we are getting started. You get champions tonight. The Champions Classic, it's Michigan State and Duke, Kansas, and Kentucky. That's what you get tonight, which is terrific. First game, it's going to be Kansas against Michigan State. Number 3, Kansas against Michigan State, and then you get Kentucky and Duke. I mean, is that great basketball to get you started?
Pretty good.
I mean, it's just terrific. Number 10, Kentucky. Number 9, Duke. That's what you get tonight to get started with college basketball. All right, 505-246-0610. Love to hear you today. Want your thoughts on the hip check by the referee. What should happen to Tony Corrente, the referee who initiated the contact with Cassius Marsh yesterday in the Bears-Steelers game? I mean, it seemed obvious to everybody. So what do you think? Because if it was a player who initiated contact with an official, all hell would break loose. Feels like there's got to be some sort of, and I'm not saying fire the man, but there's got to be some sort of punishment, it would seem. I want you to get over to All In Autographs. All In Autographs is my new favorite spot. I told you we took a New Mexico Bowl event over there about 3 weeks ago, and our board just loved it. They're like, it's better than you say it is. It is. It's a museum full of sports memorabilia that you can't find anywhere else. Entertainment memorabilia, history memorabilia. It is wonderful. And right now, with the holiday season upon us, they have started their holiday green and red sale. So selected items in the store have been marked with green and red stickers. And those items are on sale from 20 to 40% off. All framed jerseys, and there are a lot, all framed jerseys in the store are now 20% off through the end of the year. Go by and find yourself a gift, and maybe even find a gift for yourself. Tell them you heard it here on the radio. Tell them I told you about it. You get an additional $50 off any item of $200 or more. You want to use my code, Jeff959, or just say, I heard about it on the Sports Animal. You will get that discount. Also coming up, they've got another JSA event. That's James Spence Authentications. So if you've got something you're wondering how much it's worth, I hear all the time, I'm going to bring this by, I'm going to bring this by. Bring it by the 18th of November, and then on the 21st, or the 20th and 21st, JSA will be there, and they will authenticate your item. It's All In Autographs. They're at 2225 Wyoming Northeast, just to the south of Wyoming. Of Manal. You can call them at 505-504-7575 and check out their website. It's allinautographs.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not Not enough, find a booth is real tough. Back by the Duke, meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From the laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Gopher didn't know what to do. Not Lobo women's soccer, too, he said, Jeff. Lobo basketball at 4:30, football at 5, and now women's soccer at 5 as well. Isn't that the rematch of the Liz Loxley game, is what he said? Which do Lobo fans choose? Well, you can split screen your TV and put soccer on your computer and sit there and watch them all. You can listen to one, like I'll be on the Sports Animal. Rob will be over on KKOB. He'll have football. I'll be with basketball. You doing soccer?
No.
You're not going with the soccer dude? But you've got your options. But yeah,
I'm available if they want to send me to Provo.
You kind of got to block out a little window if you're woofing on Saturday. And you know what else you got on Saturday night at 7 o'clock? Aggies and UTEP. Basketball. Yes. Aggies at 10 o'clock in the morning against Alabama in football.
So the radio is going to be key. Pull up Jeff Symbieta against the Buffs because it's the Pac-12 network game.
Me and Hunter Green. Oh, so it's going to be a hard get for you on the Pac-12 network.
Yes. All
right. So you got to listen to I better be. I haven't
So
done a game.
listen,
I haven't done a game in
Jeff
2 years, JJ.
and Hunter.
I mean, literally, last basketball game I did was 2 years ago. I mean, should I be
I
nervous?
think you'll be all right. You're pretty good.
Should I be nervous? I don't know. A-Marie, I mean, she's never heard me do basketball. We'll see. All right, 505-246-0610. Rudy, I bet you got it all figured out. What are you going to do?
Oh, I'll probably just split myself in two and watch all three. It's choices that you have to make. I always watch Lobo football. That's my number one thing to do during the fall. So I'll probably watch Lobo football and figure out a way to keep tabs of the girls on a different device. And, we'll get it all done. I mean, it's no different than tonight, right? You got to go to the pit tonight and tomorrow night, 2 nights in a row. But I want to start by saying congratulations to the women's soccer team. That was a really impressive win. To go up to Boise and have Boise get catered to by the Mountain West does my heart good to see UNM spoil their little plans for the Mountain West to nurse Boise into an NCAA tournament in soccer, because that's all that was.
They tried.
So, they tried their best, and they let Boise State really rough UNM up. There were some real horrible calls. Now, switching gears, anybody who goes and looks really carefully at what Liz Lambert did, that was in retaliation for what happened to her. She got touched in a very personal part of her body by BYU, and that had been going on for a while. So look very carefully at the girl's hands and see where they are before Liz takes her down. I'd have done the same thing.
Yeah,
Nobody touches me there.
It was retaliation. It was a dramatic video.
Mm-hmm. It was, but everybody forgets about what caused it.
No, that's right.
And I'm not going to let anybody do that to me. I don't care who you are. I don't care how religious you think your school is. That was about as dirty as it gets.
It was dirty. It was retaliation.
And so, it's all on. And now we got to go back up and take down another set of blue whiners. And all the Mountain West did is replace the blue whiners of BYU with the blue whiners of Boise. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, Lobo football, you don't fix it this year. You just do the best you can, and you see if you can go out there and compete. It's clear what the problems are, and if you cannot protect your quarterback, you're going to have a real hard time running an offense. I don't know what offense these guys can get into the last 3 games of the season that will protect the quarterback. But the other thing in looking at that, I don't know if it was dirty or not, but they sure went after Isaiah. And I don't know if our team was prepared for how physical and how rough UNLV was going to play. But you better expect it, and it's going to happen again this weekend at Fresno. They didn't like what happened to them last year very much, did they?
I would imagine not.
So they're going to do their best to do what Fresno State likes to do to UNM, and that is try to embarrass and humiliate them, and our guys just need to be ready for a battle. I'm really looking forward to basketball. I didn't see the dunk yet. I got to go find it because
it was nice.
I was off in the islands. But apparently Mashburn impressed a lot of people with that dunk.
Yeah, it was elevation from a little guy that it was like there was a second level of elevation. Like he went up and then there was like another up. It was pretty impressive.
Apparently it was. I guess they were trying to get it in the top 10. So I'll have to go back and look at it. But if that's the way he can play, and if he has that kind of explosiveness, then I think that bodes well. And I'm just going to be very interested to see what we can do in basketball. The women are picked second, and who knows, with a little break here and there, they could be right back in the thick of things and battling for another Mountain West. So it's going to be a really fun winter. And by the way, I'm really looking forward to the bowl game again this year, too. It's been way too long to have a bowl game in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm really, really excited about who we can get in here and what kind of show we can put on for the people in New Mexico. It's always been a pleasure to work with you on that.
I am too, Rudy. Thank you, and welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
See you. All right, so he got the plan. It's football. Keep track on basketball, and I'll try to take care of you on that. Looking forward to that trip. Just got the itinerary. Looking forward to seeing that arena, being in that atmosphere, going up to Boulder, seeing a Pac-12 team, a good Pac-12 team. I think at that, don't you?
Yes, Buffs a quality team.
An NCAA team last year. Terry, good day, sir.
Good morning to you, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie. I'll start off with the officials. Sunday night, Tanny Hill gets breathed on, and it's roughing the passer. Last night, the guy does the triple jump, 2 or 3 steps, wipes out fields, no call. Lack of inconsistency, and then obviously just the taunting call for somebody standing like a statue. They used to have the Key and Peele show, and it was like, well, 3 hip thrusts was too much, 2 wasn't, enough, but he just kind of stands there, and that's taunting. So sometimes officials think they're more than the game. UNM soccer, I guess pros and cons. I wish they would have got a higher seed, but if they have to get a 13 seed, get BYU, take them down. I was hoping more for like a 11 or 10 seed, but if they take them down, then their second round match won't be a number 1 seed. OBJ, as a Pats fan, I don't want him nowhere near the building. Moss worked out fine. He was healthy, played hard because Brady was there. But OBJ is so much about himself that I just hope he goes somewhere else. And from that standpoint. And last but not least, I'll put on my black hat. For the Morris twins, yes, they're from KU. And, when Self went to recruit them, he had to pay somebody to guard the car because whenever South Philadelphia. So as much as Jokic in Serbia, the Morris twins didn't grow up in the Beverly Hills or anything like that. That'd be a wild matchup. Maybe they could bring in T-Rob, Thomas Robinson, and those three could go against the Jokic brothers. It'd probably be a better fight than some of the boxing or MMA that we've seen recently. But, it was what Morris does is cheap. He's been doing it for years. But the retaliation is face-to-face, and that's why I like hockey is they'll match up face-to-face and go from there. But, Marcus and Jokic, there will be a meeting down the line, whether it's fair or not. But for Lobo women's soccer, take it to BYU. The men's basketball, of course, my life starts tonight because KU takes the court against Michigan State. Jeff, you mentioned about transfers. The preseason Big 12 Player of the Year played at Arizona State last year. Remy Martin, he's now the point guard at KU.
That's correct. So
part of the transfer portal stuff does, teams go and take these guys and lose guys everywhere. But in that case, we'll move on. You guys have a great day.
See you,
Take
Terry.
care.
All right. Hoops, for a lot of people, man. Tonight's a big night. College hoops.
Regular season begins.
I got to watch the Food Channel at 8 o'clock. It's the
Dinner
Food
Impossible.
Network. It's the Dinner Impossible, the big Albuquerque Isotopes Park Dinner Impossible. I'm on that. I'll bet I forget. Want to bet? Promise I'll forget that. I don't even know where Food Network is. Do you?
It's high 230s on direct.
High 230s? You have any idea?
I have no idea.
Audra
Mid
will know.
230s.
I mean, I promise you she'll know.
What is it tonight?
So it's Dinner Impossible. So the Food
That
Network was out at Isotopes
one
Park.
chef
this
guy.
year.
Oh, cool.
That one chef guy.
That Geyer.
And Irvine, isn't that his name? And John kind of gave him a thing and said, okay, using the ingredients of the ballpark, you need to feed 250 high-end. And there's Orbit and John Traub and Isotopes Park. And
cool.
It's all about the Burke.
Let's go.
See, it's fun. I better be careful. 505-246. Don't speak Spanish.
Canceled.
I know. I've been canceled so many times. All right, we'll wrap it up. Got time for you to come in. I'll get you whatever I have not read. There's a few of them available for you. It's the Opening Drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From the laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chavez Sr., proud owner, operator of Lobo Protective Services. We are also a proud member of ProView Networks, as well as so excited that New Mexico Youth Sports is back. In order to join our team, please join us at www.loboprotectiveservices.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championships.
AM 610, the sports animal.
You know, here I am trying to solve problems. And Gopher didn't know which one to choose, level basketball, level football, women's soccer. And I offered the options. And he said, the problem is I can't split screen my brain. So I guess the option is watch, I don't know, watch the football. Which one comes first? Basketball. So watch Lobo Basketball live if, in fact, you do get the Pac-12 network, record Lobo football, and then you can watch women's soccer on demand later and just stay in your house and don't look at your phone or social media. So you watch the Lobo basketball game. That's over. Then you can watch the recording of Lobo football. And then you can go on demand online and get your Lobo soccer if you can't split screen your brain.
There's ways to get it done.
And, then it's Sunday and it's time for NFL football. First world problems, man. First world problems. This one's from HB. Boy, I couldn't disagree more on Jordan Love. So my take on Jordan Love is it was his first start. If you're going to pass judgment on this man's career because of his first start, I think that's unfair. Now, he may or may not be any good. And you are 100% right that he was inaccurate and did not look good. And I compared it to Justin Fields' first start. It wasn't very good either. But HB says, Jeff, what do we hear every year with all these one-and-dones? It's better to sit on an NBA bench where you at least get to practice every day against the world's best than stay in college. Jordan Love should be much further ahead being in the NFL system for a year than some guy who was eating in the cafeteria of BCS University last season. So I would ask you this. What prepares you more? Sitting on the bench or playing at Ohio State? Jordan Love hadn't played in a real game since the Frisco Bowl in 2019. He played in an exhibition game. That was his first game. Again, I'm not making excuses for him, and he may not be a good NFL quarterback. But that was his first.
But that's the way. The counterpoint to that is, well, that's the way it's supposed to be done.
I know.
Like, why did Justin Fields not play? Why is Trey Lance not playing?
I understand both sides of this. So that's why I posed it as a question. Justin Fields was playing at Ohio State last year against top competition. Jordan Love was playing scout team. He wasn't even, if you recall, he wasn't even second team quarterback last year. He was a third string guy. So yeah, he's been in the system. He should know the playbook, and he's got to be more accurate. I'm making no excuses for his accuracy. All I'm saying is, how do you pass judgment on a guy in his first start when he hadn't played in 2 years? Never played in the NFL and hadn't played a game in 2 years. Jeff, he was horrible. He looked horrible. Yeah, he didn't look good. Now, he did leave a touchdown drive at the end and got him within one score, didn't he? If your damn field goal kicker makes a couple of field goals or your holder can put the laces in the right direction, it's 13-13, you got a chance to win the game. And then maybe you're not as upset. I'm not telling you he looked good. And I wish he would have given you, as Packer fans, a much more clear-cut answer, or at least given you something to feel better about. I get it. But I'm just not ready to throw the guy out after his first ever NFL start. That's all.
And that is okay. And that is a very fair take in all of this. Because we still don't know what Jordan Love can be as a quarterback.
How did Justin Fields look in his first start?
Not good.
Yeah. Now, last night he looked really good, didn't he? Am I comparing him to Justin Fields? I'm comparing their starts. Yeah. Well, Jeff, he's a second-year guy, and Justin Fields. Yeah, but Justin Fields started more games than Jordan Love has. He's played more football in the last 2 years, a lot more than Jordan Love has. This is the real conversation amongst NFL people. What's the best way to bring along a quarterback? It used to be that you bring in a guy the Aaron Rodgers way, and he sat behind a veteran for a couple of years, and then he matured and he got better. Now it's put him in when he gets there. How do you get better? You get better by sitting in a classroom with Aaron Rodgers, or you get better by going out and playing? I'm going to guess you get better by going out and playing, don't you? How do you learn how to drive? Sitting in a classroom or getting on the freeway?
Which is why, when you look at some of these situations, like the San Francisco one doesn't bother me as much. Now, you're not a good team. It's time to make that transition. Jimmy Garoppolo over Trey Lance at that point in time wasn't crazy.
Is he healthy?
Andy Dalton over Justin Fields was crazy to me.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. And this is each situation. This was, Mac Jones. Why is Mac Jones getting better? Why? Oh, because he's playing every damn week.
Yeah, Justin Fields' first game against the Browns this year.
Yeah.
He was 6 for 20, a total of 68 yards.
Okay, Jordan Love's numbers were better than that.
I know. Jordan Love was 19 for 34, 190 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
They both lost the game.
Both lost the game.
That's all I'm saying. And Justin Fields, he didn't look better than Jordan Love in that first game. Now, he was on his – I think he got sacked 9 times.
Yeah, poor guy. No protection, yeah.
He got sacked 9 times. Again, Jordan Love did not look good. The inaccuracy and missing open receivers was it's not okay. John says, forget Justin Fields. Compare Jordan Love to Aaron Rodgers' first game after 4 years or Tom Brady's first year. He'll be fine. People hated Aaron Rodgers replacing Favre, too. Have a good day, John. Thank you, John. I don't want to forget Justin Fields. I mean, that's the immediate comparison. But you want to go back? I mean, what did Rodgers do in his first game after sitting on the bench for 4 years? Like nobody looks good in the first year. That's why no rookie quarterback. Was Marino a rookie when he went to the Super Bowl? No rookie quarterbacks go to the Super Bowl. It takes a while.
And Roethlisberger.
Was he a rookie when he went to the Super Bowl?
I think he was. Wasn't he? That year with Jerome Bettis and that other running back.
I thought it was his second year. You might be right.
Aaron Rodgers' first start. You want to know who it was against?
Yeah, no, I do.
The Minnesota Vikings.
And?
18 for 22, 178 yards, and a touchdown while
That's pretty good.
and defeated Minnesota 24-19.
All right, well, he
Let's go!
All right. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best that ever did it.
That's funny.
Look, Troy Aikman struggled for a whole year. Again, I'm not sitting here and promising you that Jordan Love is going to be good. All I'm saying is I'm just not ready to throw away my first-round pick after one bad game. Oh, by the way, his first ever NFL start. Oh, and he hasn't played competitive football in 2 years. I'm just not. The speed of the game, what do you think the speed of the game? His last game, I think, was against Ohio in the Frisco Bowl. You think the speed of the game facing an NFL defense and blitzing defense from Kansas City.
It was year 2 for Roethlisberger, by the way.
It was year 2? That's what I thought. You think the speed of the game against a blitzing Kansas City Chief NFL defense was a little different than the last
Then why
we saw?
Then why are they always about sitting these guys?
Yeah, I don't know that that's the right philosophy. They're about sitting these guys when there's somebody
I think what
behind
more
whom to sit
frustrating
them.
is that's a good football team Jordan Love was quarterbacking.
It is. He should
It
have
was
been
not
better.
The Chicago Bears.
He should have been better. He should have been better. Yes. He needs to be better.
So how do we deal with it, Green Bay?
And now when are you going to get to find out again? And I don't know the answer. Maybe this week, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't pass his COVID protocol, you might see him against Seattle. Thanks to Doug Martin for being with us. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd's after that. ABQ Central's got the afternoon drive, and then J.J. Buck and Nikki Heckroth Lobato take the mic 6:30 from the pit. Lobo women's basketball against Lamar. Trulio's after that. You want to come back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.? You in? All right, you in? Have a great call today. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will see you tomorrow morning.
Manzano, he's got nothing but green. Oh, and a touchdown saving tackle by Angel Chavarria.
Academy searching for Babinski in the front. Babinski will keep her footing. She'll come back inside. Going to get it. Here's the shot opportunity, and Academy scores to start this game. That's just a backbreaker when you loot. You're 1 yard from it. Turtle Morales is going to Cruz Garcia. Intercepted! Running up to make that play, it's Jesse Ramirez. Ramirez bouncing off a couple of guys. Gets through and finally taken down by Raymond Ivey.
No one has that problem with the city.
to be so stacked at wide receiver that you're going to move one of your receivers to running back. There's Robertson. He scoops it up at the 7. He crosses the 20. He'll get to the 30. A lot of room for Robertson. He's got some speed. He's going to have to beat the kicker, and that is all. And the kicker can't get to him. He's stumbling up, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. There is the deep ball. The receiver was open for a moment, but then it's a pick for the people's champ, Nathan Lopez. He came out of nowhere to make that interception. Bell is going to get tripped up. He's still up on his feet. Bell rolling to his right. He's going to throw down the field to a wide open man at midfield. What a catch there.
What a play.